to give us some heart-pounding, gut-wrenching laughter playing the piano. Come right over here, young lady. Oh, that was the wrong text, wasn't it? You send me a text like that again and it's really gonna happen. Comedy from our very own Valerie Molly.
Thanks, Jacob. That's Jacob Lane, my future son-in-law. I have a lot of jokes about him, but I better wait until after the wedding. No, really, he's kind of perfect. I worry about him fitting in with my family. Jacob is so nice. I asked him if I could be in the praise band, and he gave me the number of a guitar teacher. Anyway, it's good to be back up on stage doing comedy. Last New Year's Eve, we had church in here with the kids. So when I went to serve in children's ministry, no one was there. I thought I missed the rapture. My husband and I just finished the inductive Bible study class at the School of Ministry, taught by Pastor Gary Arcee. I took it because Pastor Gary Arcee said that every Christian should take it. And, well, I don't remember seeing a lot of you there. Pastor Gary Arcee teaches at the high school. He teaches at the School of Ministry. He teaches occasionally in this sanctuary. He teaches pastors in the Philippines. He knows the entire Bible. He has a wife and family. He can play guitar and piano in the praise band, knowing him probably both at the same time. He climbs mountains, he hikes, and to top it all off, he's funny. Is he human? I kind of want to stick a pin in him and see if he believes. And speaking of pastors, the Lord is really blessing Gary Jr. and Jessica. They now have 3 children. Children are such a blessing. Yep, that's one thing that they are. Anyway, it's kind of cool to look back on this past year at the ways my husband has grown in the Lord. The Lord has been working in him and through him. My husband is such a tool for the Lord. Here's something interesting. Did you know that there are 7 deadly sins? Pride, envy, gluttony, lust, anger, greed, and sloth. That's weird to me because I always thought the deadliest sin was murder. Speaking of sin, I was driving to work the other day and I realized I'm in sin. I'm a glutton for punishment. And speaking of punishment, my husband has served 28 years in our marriage. You know, God intends marriage to be a life sentence. Hey, love hurts. Him. Personally, I think marriage vows should be a little more specific. I mean, love and honor are great, but do you promise never to add to my Netflix queue under any circumstances? And do you promise to never watch an episode of 24 without me? So I've had 2 years to write some funny material for tonight, but you know, it's hard to be super godly and super funny in the same year. So, I mean, I just wasn't that funny this year, obviously. No, I just kept putting it off. I really should do something about my tendency to procrastinate. Yeah, I'll worry about that later. No, really, I am doing something about it. I'm being patient with myself. God doesn't want me to procrastinate. but he does want me to have patience. I think God wants me to get up off of the couch and cook dinner, but to stop yelling at the microwave to hurry up. And what about that gentle and quiet spirit that Peter says I should have? Is that a 24/7 thing? What about when I'm returning something at Target without a receipt on the day after Christmas? Aren't you glad we have Jesus? What if we still had animal sacrifices? If we did, I imagine my neighbors would keep their dogs a little quieter. Do you realize that in the past 2 years on Sundays, we have studied 1 Corinthians, part of 2 Corinthians, Revelation, and James? That's amazing, because the first 5 years I came to this church, we were in the Gospel of Luke. I thought this was the Calvary Chapel of Luke of Apple Valley. So New Year's resolutions. Yeah, remember Luke? So New Year's resolutions. One of my New Year's resolutions is to play more tennis. Pastor Gary Sr. says we're all called to serve. Another resolution is to become more computer savvy now that my kids aren't around as much. My wireless network at home is named Please Lord Let It Work. By the way, my mother is 84 and she's concerned about machines taking over the world. I said, Mom, if an iPhone 6 tries to take over the world, just wait 2 hours and its battery will be dead. Besides, you know it's just trying to get revenge for all the times I dropped it in the toilet. When I want to feel smart, I explain to my mother Facebook. And when I want to feel like a genius, I tell her I'm on Twitter. Another one of my New Year's resolutions is to keep in touch with my family more. Just the other day, I was talking to my brother Greg, and he told me that 4 of his friends came over to his house for dinner and they saw a UFO. I said, wow, Greg, you have 4 friends? I didn't know. And of course, my final resolution is to start a diet. But I'm not starting tomorrow. This year, I'm doing the Revelation diet. It's coming, but I don't know when. So finally, if you want to be blessed in 2016, and I know you do, then stay right here at Calvary Chapel of Luke of Apple Valley and grow in the Lord, because you know, we're all tools. Happy New Year.
Wow. Can't wait for the next time we do that.